Welcome to the Winners Find a Way show and podcast with your host, Trent M. Clark, three-time World Series coach, CEO of Leadershipity, serial entrepreneur, having started 12 companies, coach to the 1%, and an international speaker. This show is going to be your go-to podcast for facing adversity, being inspired, and overcoming obstacles, all from the best in the world, business, sports, and leadership. Hate the crappy ingredients in many beverages and energy drinks? Rebellious Infusions are the go-to functional beverage. They have 5 or fewer plant-based organic ingredients, no sugar, no calories, loaded with antioxidants to boost your immune system, and L-theanine for brain health. Rebellious Infusions are available at drinkrebellious.com. Rethink your drink. For 10% off of your next purchase, use the code 99999.
Hello, Trent Clark. How are you doing? CEO, Leadershipity, serial entrepreneur, longtime coach, professional baseball, coaching in 3 World Series, and I am an international speaker, 5-star rated. Love to come out, talk some shop, and deliver motivational speeches to audiences and educate. Today is Ask Me Anything. It's Friday, thank goodness. I'm super excited about Friday, always. So can't wait to spend some time with you. 3 questions always on Friday, and always thankful that I get these questions. If you have a question, you can ask me at Trent@leadershipity.com. That's leadershipity.com. Always excited to talk some shop and answer any of your questions. I've got 3 pretty good ones this week that I'm pretty excited about, as I've heard a couple of different things that people have asked about different subjects too. So the first one is about mentoring, and people are looking for a mentor, and I really appreciate that. I think it's a great time anytime. I've had some great mentors come alongside me in my life, and thankful for them in my life. They have changed so many things for me that it's been super impactful. Now, so if I am going to get a mentor, I strongly encourage you first that you find someone that has done what you're trying to do. They have actually done it. You do not need someone who stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. You need someone who actually is in the know and knows that this is how I get this done well. I have done it. These are the pitfalls. These are the challenges, all those things. You want to be able to learn from someone who's actually done it. Now, I think you should go pie in the sky on a mentor. You should try to find the best person. The best person may not be someone you know. It may be someone that you have to ask into your network. Find somebody who's done something that you want to do. And your network, if you have trusting people in your network, you ask them, hey, I am looking to do this. Do you know someone who's done that before? And they go, oh, I know a great person who's done that. They started 2 companies in this area, or they went to this level in their sport, or this musician, or this or that. Like, people who have been to that top level, those 1%ers, they'd like nothing more than to share with you how they got there. Like, people don't ask these 1%ers, hey, could you pass on all the knowledge and information that you've received? And would you be willing to pass that on to me in an hour breakfast a week or something to that effect? I mean, that is huge. And people typically will be happy to do it. In fact, it's rare that they are ever asked. I know that's strange, but people are intimidated by successful people. They are thinking, oh, they're super busy. They would never have time for me. But if they had a chance to pass that information on, plus it's a great way for a mentor to really sharpen their skills, sharpen their leadership skills, sharpen their communication. It is a mentor will get something very valuable out of that relationship. And I always say, I'll know when you know it, when you can teach it. So if a mentor is saying, man, I really want to be an expert in this, I have had this for a long time, but I want to pass that information on. Now they've got to organize their thoughts. They've got to organize the details to that, to explain the steps to take and guide a mentee along the way. So it gives them a chance to tighten up their information, to pass that along, to package even that information. So mentorship is huge for somebody. So here's my thing on mentorship. I want you to think about what you're dreaming about, right? This is what I want to do. This is my goal. This is what I'm shooting for. Pie in the sky. Love it. Find 5 crazy, out of mind, you cannot believe this person would ever work with you, and make that list of the 5 most impactful people that you think you would have as a mentor. Awesome. Then go get their contact information. Go find them. Be relentless. Go out there and find, hey, these are the 5 people I'm looking for. How could I contact them? How could I get in touch with them? Number 1, and then ask with great respect and humility. This is what I'm trying to go for. I reached out to you because I know you're the best. It would be such an honor if I could have a chance to work with you. Offer something. Hey, I would be happy to buy you breakfast every month. Come to you wherever you're at in the world. Get on a Zoom. Anything I can cover from an expense of this car, anything I can do that would assist. These are some of my skills that may be able to assist you. If you would be willing to help me, you could do a trade in kind, a barter system, right? A trade in kind, trade some skill sets for their valid information, something that they may need and help them with. That would be awesome. And that would be huge. Offer something for that knowledge that you're going to get that would serve and help them. Now, number 1 says no. Great. Number 2, number 3, you will not get to number 5 on your list. Someone in those first top 4 will probably say yes, but you don't know unless you ask, right? So ask somebody, hey, I need a mentor. This is what I'm going for, and ask them. All right. 2, this is the question that I've had. I find myself in unfamiliar terrain all the time. I feel like I'm playing from behind. I can't catch up. I find myself in these places that is not great, and it just feels unfamiliar. This is the entrepreneur's dilemma right here. Things are moving fast. Where am I going? And so I love this quote by Sadhguru, right? He says, when in an unfamiliar terrain, it is sensible to take directions, right? That's why you get a mentor. That's why you do things, right? I always look back at the GPS system, right? I was just recently in Fort Worth, had a show to do down there and see my friend Jeremy Spann. And so I was probably 25, 30 minutes away from where we were doing this in the studio. And so I throw on my GPS on my phone, nice British woman voice. She tells me every direction to go. Turn left here, get on the interstate here, exit this, take a right. I follow exactly what she says. And when she said it would take 27 minutes to get to the studio, it took 27 minutes to get to the studio. If that had been old Trent, 30 years ago, and look up a Rand McNally and figure it out, I might have done, probably would have taken me 40 minutes to figure out how to do it. Follow the map. Now we have GPS. We have that voice. We have that guidance. That's so important. If you are in an unfamiliar terrain and you're finding yourself at, get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody who can help guide you, a consultant, right? That can help guide you in the right direction. If you are the leader of a company and your teams, this is coming out of COVID, pandemic, a lot of changes, a lot of unfamiliarity. You as the leader may be that GPS voice. You have to get out in front of it, map the course. What direction are we going? Keep guiding your folks in the direction they should be going. You may be that GPS voice. And if you're not sure what coordinates to send to people, that's why you have a coach. That's why you have someone guiding you in. And you have a GPS that helps you shape that map, get you in the direction you want to go. So when people ask you, you know how to give them the coordinates of how to get there. And a lot of your people right now, folks, if you're in leadership, if you're in management, a lot of people are uncertain. We've had a lot of uncertainty overload right now. They are looking for that voice. As a manager, you have direct reports. You are that GPS voice. You have a boss, right? Your regional or your VP, they are guiding you, and they are your GPS to help guide you along. But we all have a position, if you're in leadership, a position of authority, and you may have an authority above you that should help you. A person of authority in that situation, it's not about power, it's about working together, but the authority provides that voice of GPS. They will get you the direction. My little British woman who gives me direction, she's the authority on my position, how to get to this studio in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know. She knows. She's got the coordinates. She's got the software. I do not. She just directs me. And I listen. I take that guidance because I don't know. And it is wise to take instructions. when you are in an unfamiliar terrain. All right, third question. I love this. Name, image, likeness. That has become the big thing in athletics. And I have a young go-getter. I love this. Young lady has signed a college contract, has a significant amount of social media followers, has a message, which is very important, and wants to, hey, can I capitalize this on a standpoint from name, image, likeness? And my brand, Athletes Influencer Marketing, helps people do that. And yes, you can capitalize on that. But again, you probably need some help, some instructions. How can I do that? Well, get people around you like an AIM that can give you value, give you good advisors to help you get along the way. There's a lot. It is the wild, wild west right now in college athletics for name, image, likeness. But there is opportunity, and there's lots of opportunity right in front of you. And when I think these kids are going, oh, I'm going to college at a small college, I couldn't do that. Sure, you can. You can. There are local restaurants. There are local opportunities all over that support the university. Look at the number of sponsors and supporters at that university that own businesses, that are involved in the university, that support from food, restaurants, many. Think about all the things that are going on. There are many things you can do. One of the key things that I think is very important to name, image, likeness is consistency. Like, this is who you are, and be that person each and every time. You're going to get into the name, image, likeness game. It's going to be a lot like leadership. It's 24/7. We are in a new era of technology all the time. It's 24 hours a day. Anyone can look up anything you post, seems to survive forever, right? And we're seeing that. We're seeing this in, like, hey, this person sent an email in 2012 and look how rude that was. And I'm like, whoa, that was 10 years ago. And it wasn't kind. It wasn't the right thing to do. Who knows what was going on at that moment? But it doesn't matter, because it wasn't okay. And so anything that you're going to be involved with, you are going to be on 24/7 if you're looking to capitalize on that. And leaders, we are in the same position. We are in the position of, hey, how do I do this well? Where is it going? How am I going to do this at 7 p.m., at 9 p.m., on my flight, getting off the flight at 12:30 a.m. in the morning in my town? And, there is just access to people all the time. And so it's a very different era. So if you're going to get into the name, image, likeness, it's very important that there's a consistency. 2, know who you are. Know what your message is. You should have something to say, something you stand for. So you be authentic about that. An authentic, genuine person is always consistent. So that speaks to number 1. So we have 2. We have a very authentic message. 3 is a cadence. How often are you going to deliver information to your people? When can they expect to hear from you? If you're going to be in the name, image, likeness business, you can't sit and go, oh, hey, listen, I had a message back in September, because people who want to get involved with you see that, hey, you are a regular influencer. You are marketing regularly out there. You have something to say often, and this is being put in, and it's consistent in that messaging too. Those are 3 kind of really key points that are going to happen if we're going to get in that game. But there are lots of opportunity, even small opportunities. But if I'm a college student and I was a college athlete, I was a 2-sport college athlete, if I could have found another $5,000 in income in name, image, likeness when I was that age, I mean, that would have been huge, because between my 2 sports, there was no way I had time to find a job. I mean, I did have a job, and that job probably made, with summer and everything, probably $5,000 to $10,000 was as much as I could save in between sports and playing. It was very difficult to save a lot of money. That was a different era. The pay rate was definitely different. So, but it's hard to find that. So if you're already intermixing in your day, delivering a message, utilizing your campus surroundings, all the things you can do as a name, image, likeness, you cannot use the likeness of your jersey or the university itself to promote that. You cannot do that. That's very important. So get that advice that's going in and find some people who can advise you. So those are my 3 big questions today. So super excited about Ask Me Anything. Very diverse. Mentorship. How do I navigate these unfamiliar terrains? And then, of course, name, image, likeness, which I love. So if you have a question for me, I'd love to take your question. So you can email me, Trent@leadershipity.com. And that's leadershipity.com. And you can put in the subject line AMA, and then in the body, give me your question. And hopefully we'll select your question next time on Ask Me Anything with Coach Trent. For everybody, happy Friday. Have a fabulous weekend.
Hate the crappy ingredients in many beverages and energy drinks? Rebellious Infusions are the go-to functional beverage. They have 5 or fewer plant-based organic ingredients, no sugar, no calories, loaded with antioxidants to boost your immune system, and L-theanine for brain health. Rebellious Infusions are available at drinkrebellious.com. Rethink your drink. For 10% off of your next purchase, use the code 99999. Thank you for listening to the Winners Find a Way show and podcast. Trent, together with the leaders who shared their learning and experiences through this show, are grateful for allowing them to help and support you on your journey to becoming your best. Write a review, rate us 5 stars, and share this episode to your network.